theo speaker tiếp theo là Hàn Thế Anh. Hàn Thế Anh là một full professor of computer science và là lead của The Center for Digital Innovation at School of Computing, Engineering and Digital Technology at Teesside University. Thì cái lĩnh vực nghiên cứu của giáo sư Hàn Thế Anh hiện nay là tập trung vào AI và nghiên cứu đa ngành, trong đó có những phần như là game theory, incentive và behavioral modeling, agent-based simulation and AI development and safety behavior modeling. Hàn Thế Anh đã publish hơn 100 articles in top tier computer science conferences and high ranking journals. And he regularly served in program committees of the most top tier AI conferences, and is on the editorial boards of several international journals, plus one adaptive behavior, to name a few there. He was awarded prestigious research fellowship and grants as a PI from the Future Applied Institute, Level Home Trust Foundation, and the FWO in Belgium. So, yes, Thế Anh, are you ready?
Dạ, xin chào anh Huấn, xin chào tất cả mọi người. Em sẽ chia sẻ slide. Thì rất là cảm ơn ban tổ chức đã tạo cơ hội để có thể chia sẻ một ít cái nghiên cứu của mình và hy vọng là sẽ tạo ra được nhiều sự hợp tác. Vừa rồi được nghe giáo sư Trung và giáo sư Đức chia sẻ rất là inspiring, và anh Trung thì một trong những gọi là role model của em, nên rất là vui khi được chia sẻ nghiên cứu của mình cùng ngay sau anh Trung. Vì mà em cũng không nói nhiều hay được chia sẻ bằng tiếng Việt những cái nghiên cứu của mình, nên xin phép được vừa nói tiếng Việt vừa nói tiếng Anh, và chủ yếu nói tiếng Anh. So I'm going to try to share some of my main research areas today with the idea of trying to get lots of collaborations with you. Yeah. So the main research questions that I've been working on is about why we cooperate. We ask the questions why people cooperate with each other, given all sorts of incentives not to not doing so. So we were trying to find what are the main mechanisms that drive humans, corporations, and fairness and trust. And based on that research, so one of the things I'm trying to work on is to how to engineer pro-sociality in both human societies, and also as we move to more hybrid societies where humans live together with AI and autonomous system. How we can engineer societies where human and AI and autonomous system can collaborate with each other well. So this is one of the most important questions identified so by the Science Journal. So my approach to research to address all these questions is highly interdisciplinary, which I hope would lead to collaborations within our society. So there are four main methods or approaches being used together here. So the main area I'm working on is complex system, game theory, using lots of mathematical analysis of complex system. I also use behavior and psychology experiments where we have human participants getting into the lab and play certain interactions and behavior games, so that we can validate theoretical models, but also try to provide new insights for modeling. On the other hand, we use a lot of AI modeling, such as cognitions, emotions, how we can represent cognitive abilities and emotions in computer modeling, so that we can study kind of model human behaviors in a more realistic way. And in my research, I use a lot of computer simulation as well, the so-called agent-based and network simulations. So all these areas interact with each other to answer the questions I mentioned. So how and why people cooperate with each other, why pro-social behavior evolve in our societies, and how we can engineer pro-sociality within human populations as well as in hybrid societies of human and autonomous systems. I'm going to share some of the areas that I'm currently quite actively working on. So the first one is about trust and cooperations with and among AI and autonomous system. As I mentioned, we are currently moving towards more and more hybrid society. We live with technologies, we live with autonomous systems. So how we can transfer all the questions we previously asked about cooperations among humans into a new context where we have to work and collaborate with robots, with AI. So here, to address these questions, I've been actively trying to get grants, for example, trying to work with psychologists and behavior economists to do behavior experiments and combine with mathematical modeling to answer those questions. The other area that I'm currently actively working on is the governance and regulations of AI safety development, because AI has lots of can promise to create lots of benefits for stakeholders, companies, so that can lead to some sort of tensions, and it's been argued that there's a race amongst companies and technologies to try to be ahead of others in the AI developments. And then that could lead to serious concerns about speeding up developments to be ahead of others. So ethical and safety regulations might be ignored. So the question is how we can regulate, how we can understand all these, the dynamics of these competitions, and create suitable regulations for that. My work approaches this kind of questions from mathematical modeling and behavior experiments point of view. So this has been done within this Future of Life Institute grant. This institute, they fund research to address existential risks, and AI safety risks is one of their main concerns. So the last thing about my research is about incentives designed for behavior change. We've been working within an NIH grant and a Level Home Trust grant, studying how we can design suitable incentives for positive behavior change. For example, one of the project is about how we can reduce smoking in pregnancy in pregnant women. We've been working with hospitals in Middlesbrough and Manchester to get to understand these questions. We're also working with engineers at Teesside, studying how we can design incentive mechanisms to encourage people to reduce energy uses. Okay, before I end this, I just want to share a bit about the research at the Center for Digital Innovations that I'm currently the academic lead of. Hopefully, this is a very small and modest center, and I really hope to be able to collaborate with people within our society to drive some sort of joint research and probably funding applications. So we have here three main research themes: digital health and well-being, where we use lots of techniques from computational biology and machine learning, data science. We have a group on cybersecurity, information system, and AI, where there's lots of people working on formal methods, AI, and computer visions. We also have a very large gaming and immersive technologies group at Teesside. We are very strong at teaching and also research in this area, where people work a lot on immersive technologies, or currently like digital twins. So I know that many people here are working with digital twins, so was hoping that there could be some future collaborations. It is a new and very modest center, but we already have some small successes with innovative grants like KTPs, and we also have some success with EPSRC, BBSRC, etc. Okay, so that is from my side.
Rất cảm ơn Hàn Thế Anh, rất bổ ích, và nếu mọi người có thể thấy ngay được cơ hội hợp tác. Nếu ai muốn nghiên cứu về behavior modeling thì rõ ràng Hàn Thế Anh sẽ là contact mà mọi người có thể liên lạc, và cũng rất nhiều thông tin bổ ích. Digital Twin đúng là Thế Anh cũng đề cập một cái đấy. Bản thân mình cũng sẽ muốn, chắc chúng ta sẽ phải có một buổi nói chuyện khác để bàn về vấn đề đấy. Có lẽ vì thời gian hơi gấp cho nên là again, câu hỏi nào mà dành cho Hàn Thế Anh chắc mọi người sẽ để bàn sau, và chúng ta sẽ bàn chi tiết hơn về cái vấn đề research của Professor Hàn Thế Anh.